Hello everyone, welcome to Bob's Bangers, home of all things rubbish. Today we're going to be playing a bit more Gran Turismo 4. We're going to jump straight into the FR challenge with the RX-7 and see what happens. Now the RX-7 proved to be quite a fast car in the previous video, so I'm hoping it maintains its dominant nature, shall we say. Although I know these can get quite difficult quite fast, so let's see what we're up against. I'm hoping it's not all MX-5s. SL500 could be fast, but very heavy. To be honest, the GT350 Skyline Coupe thing, basically a 350Z, that does worry me. The FC, not so much. The Z4, we don't know unless we jump straight in and go for it. Are we at Seattle? Wonderful. I think this is Seattle. I should have paid attention, really. It's definitely Seattle. Good track. This is a Gran Turismo classic, this is. Now, I've had a bit of a play with the audio settings, so I'm hoping that we should hear engine noises and voice at the correct levels. I've also tried to play around with the rendering software a little bit, so I'm hoping the video quality is a little bit better as well. But we shall see. Basically, I have the let's do it live mentality. So oh, it's a modern SL500 as well. Yikes. I do really want. I would love to have an SL55. I really would. It's on the to own list. Big supercharged V8 Mercedes. Yeah, those things are cool. No, the FC's coming back. No. Well, I should be able to beat the Crossfire unless it's tuned, because those things are heavy and only 215 horsepower. It's definitely tuned. There's no way that's beating an RX-7 on the. No way! Come on! We may actually need to upgrade a car. Oh, in a limiter. I would have just blown my engine if I'd done that. Rotary life, yo. Come on! Okay. Okay. I think I think we're gonna be fine for this race, but I know these will get tougher and tougher. If we're on a faster track with longer straights, and I think we may need to throw some upgrades into the RX-7. What, who am I kidding? Look at that! We are flying! Lovely. Oh! No, 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 no! Woo! Okay. That did that definitely did not go to plan, did it? Goodness me. Okay. So, I basically came over the hill, lost all steering, crashed at my own accord and then got rammed into, and now we're going to have to make up all those positions again. Oh, no! That was a shocker. Absolute shocker. At least that isn't an SL55, because if it was, we would have been absolutely screwed. It also doesn't sound like an SL55, it has to be said, or an SL500 even. It definitely hasn't got that V8 roar. Yeah, car sounds in this game, they're either fantastic or absolutely terrible, but it's the PS2, it can be excused. Unless you're Ridge Racer, those games went hard with car sounds. But unpopular opinion, I think Ridge Racer's a bit rubbish. I just don't like the physics. It's not really my sort of thing. I don't really like arcade racers. Well, I don't like that style of arcade racer, because I do like the Need for Speed games and things like that, but I never got on with Ridge Racer. Cool games, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying they're bad, I just... Okay. Every time I touch the brakes, the car either dives hard left or hard right, so we've got two options. Fit better tyres or just don't use the brakes. I like the latter option a little bit more. However, on a track like Seattle, I don't think that's really really going to work. Get around the Skyline, not Skyline. It's a disgrace they even put a Skyline badge on that thing. A V engine in the Skyline's unacceptable. At least with the R30 it was an inline 4. Still an inline... Okay. Okay, we're fine. I think we've got this in the bag. Goodness me. I don't think I've ever had a crash that big in a Gran Turismo game. Oh, okay, we're flying now. I do feel like we do need some upgrades on this. Because, especially once I grind the A license off screen. I mean, that was a 100-point race and we did come in first, so I'm quite happy with that. Not that the A spec and B spec points really mean anything. But apart from the Z4 and maybe the FC, I do think we probably would have been the least powerful car there, because that Crossfire was making silly power. Excuse me. Okay. I mean, we'll try another race. There's no harm in trying. There's Scuba as well. Scuba? Nah, Scuba. Scuba's more amusing. I love this track. It's one of my all-time favourites. I was heartbroken when they removed it from Forza Motorsport, because I used to grind on this track on Motorsport 4 all the time. This and Laguna Seca. I didn't even look at the cars that were going to be in this. RX-8, RX-7, 300ZX Twin Turbo, the car that we nearly bought. Wow, okay. The 300ZX has got some straight line speed. There's a Z4 up there. I mean, these are heavy, like these are heavy cars, but they do have some grunt. The RX-8 is a worry, to be honest, because, you know, they are quite quick. You know, that's going to be making 230 horsepower. Admittedly, it's not going to be making anywhere near the torque that this car is, and it does way more. But oh, bit stutter. I do like the RX-8. It's a very charming car. I'd like to drive one. I'm not sure I'd like to own one. Because truth be told, if I owned one, I'd either want a turbocharger or rip out the rotary. Only on the RX-8, so if I had an RX-7, rotary would be staying in 100%. Question is, what would you put in the RX-8? Let me know in the comments. What would you engine swap into an RX-8? For me, it's going to be God's engine. LS. LS1, LS2, LS3, Junkyard LS. Doesn't matter. If it's got 8 cylinders and it came out of a Chevrolet or a GM product, it's going in. If I had the money to. Because those engines are very expensive over here. I think the only way you can really experience an LS in the UK without importing a car is either a Monaro or a VXR8. I think they're the only cars that would have came with them. I could be wrong. I might be missing something, but I would quite like a Monaro. Very cool cars. Why is it stuttering all of a sudden? It was running perfectly. I swear. I don't know why I was worried about needing to upgrade the RX-7, because it is very fast around here. Now, I don't know what an actual RX-7 laps around Scuba, but I can guarantee I'm nowhere near it. I'm sure actual ones lap very, very quickly. Oh, if I can get... Not bad, though. If I can do my maths correctly, I think we shaved off 5 seconds. See, if that's not having traffic to deal with. Beautiful. God, this thing's wicked. Okay, on the brakes. There we go. Now, I don't know what the next purchase is going to be. We have still got the K-Card Championship to deal with as well. But we've got the little Mitsubishi Minica thing, whatever it's called, the triple exhaust. I'm looking forward to throwing some upgrades on that, actually. Because I've never used that car in a Gran Turismo game, and it looks so rubbish. I have to drive it. Come on. God, this FD was definitely the right choice. I cannot believe we managed to buy this so early in the game, because this is just dominating. Look at that! 100-point race, my backside. Good stuff. Good stuff! 1,500 credits. Now we are going to need some money for a roadster at some point. I don't know what that's going to be. I know I am going to grind out the A licenses. I might try and silver all of them, but if I get bronze, I don't really care. I just really want to progress the game. Special stage route 5. Joe, I am going to throw an upgrade in this because I've been playing a bit dull at the minute and sort of just not upgrading cars. So we'll go in here. It makes no difference. Now you can actually buy full tuned cars out here, which are really cool. 200,000 credits for that, those. I mean, I know it's a D1 drift car and all this, but not really what I'm looking for. I think, is the REM RX-7 in this? I would quite like to buy this, but I don't think it's worth the money. If we have some spare income, it's definitely getting purchased, because this thing is awesome. One of the coolest looking cars in the game. I can't remember if there's a chaser in this game or not. There you go. This is a bargain. This is definitely going to be getting purchased, because simple fact of the matter is this is a fantastic bit of kit. And it's a good looking car, so... but let's stop dicking about and let's do a little bit of tuning. Let's throw on the racing chip for 1,500 quid. 10 horsepower! Beautiful! Now, I know I am going to need some money for the Minica, so I think the other thing we're going to do is throw on the exhaust. Need 280 horsepower. That's more than enough for a car this light. So, we shouldn't be struggling on the straights anymore. Not that we really were anyway, but I think that just covers us in case the cars start to get faster. So, special stage route 5. I love this track. I know a lot of people dislike the special stage routes, but this is fun. You know, nighttime races as well. Back then, that's fantastic. This is a great looking track, and it's fun. Let's have a look. Still 80, not worried. 230, not worried. The only one that's going to give us any trouble on the straights is the 300 TX. So let's see what we can do. These intros do take their sweet time. Alright, everyone else is accelerating apart from me. Let's go! Has the engine note changed, or am I going mad? Oh. Is that a bit of slowdown, or am I just imagining the game's... Oh, that was definitely slowdown. It only ever happens on this track. It happened on, what's it called? Gran Turismo 3 as well. I don't know what it is, but the emulator hates this track for me. I don't know. It's once again, it's probably a setting I've got on that's making it do it, but we shall see what happens. Oh, this thing is quick now. Really, really quick. Beautiful. Let's go. Now, I can't remember what if it was a license challenge or whether it was a car I'd bought, because it was so long ago I played it on an actual PS2. But Gran Turismo 3, I used to love driving the TVR Griffith round here. Don't know why. It's one of those cars that was quite fun to drive. Now, you can buy those cars quite early on in the game, and to be honest, it's a pretty good thing to have because it allows you to get the speed 12 early on. That's a possibility. The thing is, I don't want to just get the speed 12 and dominate the entire game straight off the bat, because like I said, I want to play through this and drive some weird and wonderful cars, and really just see what bargains we can get. You know, obviously the main goal is to do the Gran Turismo World Championships, but I would like to knock out some of the sort of American races and European stuff. You know, pick some cars that you normally wouldn't pick. Ah, this car is just the best. I can't think of anything I would have rather started the game with than this. Although the Lupo was pretty special, let's be honest. I reckon if we'd upgraded the Lupo, it probably would have been quite competitive, but it would have left us with no money whatsoever. I mean, I know this did, but this gained us money a lot quicker than we spent it, really. I don't think the Lupo would have done that, because the front-wheel drive championship was a bit of a challenge with the Kusami. Unfortunately, you guys didn't get to see that, because the capture was awful. But if I find an opportunity to use that car again, then we'll definitely go for it. I did actually upgrade it a little bit as well, through some different wheels on it, so if we buy another car this episode, which I think we might buy an MR car or a roadster, then we'll I'll go in the garage and show you the Kusami and its incredible wheels. I also forgot to put Peugeot wheels on the bloody Subaru. I will take those off. That was just the joke for the previous video. I can't live with myself having Peugeot 5 spokes on one of my favourite cars. Do you know what? This is very easy. I think we may have over-upgraded, to be honest. I think we could have left the car standard and won this quite convincingly. Oh, we're flying. Nearly 130 across the line. Good stuff. RX-7, man, I'm telling you, this is, if this comes up in your playthrough, which I imagine it does, because I think the roster's the same for everyone, this is the car you want to buy. Or the 300ZX, because I reckon that would also be a very good early game purchase. Maybe the WRX? Who knows? Next race. We're getting close to smashing out the FR Championship now, which means we might even have time to do another one. In fact, I might do another one. It might be a bit of a longer video, but who cares? Who cares? You guys have to suffer. There's a lot of Nissans. A lot of Nissans. I mean, considering this is Mazda Laguna Seca Raceway, at least I think that's what it's called. It said Mazda in the background. We should do well here. GTS Skyline. I'm not really too worried about that. I learned from earlier playthroughs of this game when I was younger that the Skyline isn't actually... I mean, the four-wheel drive ones, the GTRs, absolutely, but the rear-wheel drive Skylines aren't actually that quick in this game. You really have to upgrade them to get anything out of them. That Silati or Type X just spit a flame at me. So you can play that game. See? There's only one flamethrower here and it's me. Oh, it's a Silati. Okay. Oh, purple Silati. That's fantastic. I don't know how you get one of those, but I want it. I'm sure it's by doing some Nissan challenge. I don't know what that is at first, but it is absolutely buggering off. Everyone's a flamethrower in this race. Okay. Come on, 279-ish horsepower, whatever this makes now. I know you just upgraded it, but I forgot already. What is that? Is that Sylvia? I think it's a PS13. It is. I'm shocked that's doing as well as it is, to be honest. Not that it's a bad car or anything. I think they're fantastic, but I just didn't expect it to be that fast. Okay. Maybe that's the key to early game success, is to buy the PS13. Throw some upgrades on it, because that is fast. That is a really fast car. Who's got the straight line speed? Realistically, they're very close. I think he's got top end. Oh no! Oh my god, we're actually getting overtaken. Fair play. Oh, oh. Fair. He's playing dirty. Finally, an actual challenge. Although I don't think his gear ratios are very good in the midfield. I think they're very good at the on the high speed sections. Oh, don't do the cutback. This is a race now. This is cool. Okay, Go, RX-7, go! Come on, you dog! I know he's there. I can hear his engine. I'm on the bloody sand. Okay. That's not what I'd call a safe gap, but we are ahead. Couple of flames at the exhaust. Yeah, we're pushing this thing now. Oh, this was a fun race. This is one of the best races I've had so far. He's still there. I reckon, truth be told, I reckon if it had better tyres, I would have got annihilated. The PS13 had better tyres, sorry. Oh, what am I doing? Look where you're going, man! Good God! Christ almighty. But the Mazda wins again! That's what we like to see. RX-7 putting in the work. Yeah, that's what I mean. GTST? No. GTR? Yes. 276 horsepower. Well, how have I lost 3 ponies? Don't tell me I need to do an oil change already. Oh dear. Or was it always 276 horsepower and I'm just chatting rubbish? That's probably what it is. Oh dear. Okay, what's the last track? Driving Park, Motorland. Oh, is this the one where you can cut the track? I think I showed that in the first video. We're not going to be doing that. I'm not willing to do that again. SL500, Skyline Coupe. We may be cutting the track. Okay, no, it's the bigger one. This is a better track actually. This is quite fun. What are yellow cars? And I'm here for it. I love yellow cars. If you're gonna buy a car, get an interesting colour. Like, don't be scared. Ooh, depreciation. Yeah, stop being boring. If a car comes in yellow or green, buy it in yellow and green. If a car comes in pink, why not? Be secure with your feminine side. There's nothing wrong with liking pink. Some of the coolest cars are best in pink. Some old Mopars especially. But yeah, I don't know. That's the one thing I would change about this RX-7 if I could. Oof, I'm not even sorry about ramming the SL500 there. It's the colour, because they did some great colours on RX-7s. These look especially good in that sort of a dark, sort of like a royal blue type thing. But yeah, silver's what we could afford. Silver's what we got. Let's go. Another flame. I'm understeering bad. That was a terrible line. Terrible line. Oh, what am I doing, man? Okay, we're back on track. I swear the exhaust sounds different now. I could be going mad, but it doesn't really sound like a rotary. Now, on a bit of a sort of related note, I am looking to get an FD for Kaido Racer as part of that playthrough, because I've never played around with one in that game, and I want to see what sort of body kits you can get and how fast it can be. If you haven't watched that video, we did buy a new car. I'll give you a hint. It starts with N and ends in Isan Type X, but you won't see that car get driven until next week. But I'm looking forward to seeing what that does. I'm going to do some off-screen grinding probably tomorrow evening for this game and for Kaido Racer. Get the sponsors, get the licenses on this, get a bit, maybe even get a bit more cash and potentially buy a new car. We are flying. Absolutely flying. I'm impressed. Okay, last lap, let's go. Oh, we shaved off some time. Not surprised really, because my driving on the last couple of laps was pretty shocking. That's the line. That's the line we wanted. Bit of dab of brake. Yes. Okay. Oh wow, look at the gap we've pulled to the rest of the pack. Fair enough. RX-7 will always be king. I don't care if this car outweighs its usefulness, like not outlasts its usefulness, sorry. It will be staying just for how much of a champion it's been in this early stage of the game. Look at that. Another. Was that second shaved off? Nearly, anyway. Excellent. That was a really, really good race. Please excuse the noise. It's very difficult to record when all your houses are so close together and everyone decides that they want to be as loud as possible. Okay. That is the FR challenge completed. Let's have a look. What did we win? That's getting sold. Cool car. I love this thing. I really do love those skylines. It is useless. Well, not necessarily useless. You can do things with it, but I don't know. There's better 60s cars. So, while I'm here actually, wait for it. Look at the wheels. This thing looks fantastic. Do you know, the wheels make the car, and this looks so much better with these alloys on it. Car's still ugly though. Right, I know we can sell this for a decent chunk of cash, so that takes us up to 17,900. Now, we do need to spend a little bit of money quickly upgrading the Minica. Let's see what we can do here. I know it definitely needs an oil change. Okay, here we go. I love the little bonnet scoop. I love the wing. Not even low key, I high key want one of these. I don't know how you go about getting one or how expensive they are. I know I won't be buying one anytime soon. But if YouTube kicks off and this channel makes enough money for me to buy one, this will be what we buy. Somehow. That's a promise. We will be buying the Mitsubishi Minica Dangang or whatever it's called. What wheels can we put on this bad boy? The ride height is incredible. No. There's the Persia wheels again. Steelies. That looks good. That actually does look quite smart. I mean, come on. There's no other choice here, is there? Oh, that's amazing. I was meant to be putting some horsepower in this, but I might, why can I tune it at HKS? Oh, that's incredible. Oh, my favourite menu music's on. We're up to 66 horsepower. That is a shock. I wasn't expecting it to make that much. No, 5 grand for 2 horsepower is not good value for money. 1,500 quid for 4 horsepower is very good value for money. 70 horsepower should be enough. I've got to lower this thing. I don't think you can adjust those. We will lower this at a later stage, but right now we're going to have to deal with the hysterical ride height. Right. Let us see if we can get ourselves a good convertible while we're here. That's an MR, but we'll get absolutely smashed in that, unfortunately. There's another Minica. Look at this one, it's green! That's fantastic. What a car. Every time. I mean, I just don't want to buy an MX-5, but I feel like that's the way we are going to be going for a convertible car. Who's going to pay 20 grand for an MGF? That's shocking. Shocking behaviour. Don't want that. Oh, goodness me. Now, this I'm interested in. That is a roadster, and it's mid-engined. This is what we're buying. Yes. We'll hop in it now. I have no money left after this. I wonder if we can turbocharge it. Tell you what, oil change first, because that's always the first thing we need to do. I love the fact that if it's a mid-engine car, they do go to the back to change the oil. That's once again, little things make a big difference. The fact that the interior's actually got some detail as well, although it's very low quality. Now, having driven one of these, I can say they are great fun. Very, very underrated car. The lack of any sort of storage is the only thing that really sort of puts me off having one as a daily. But other than that, that's a little toy for the weekend. These are brilliant fun, and they're not going to get any cheaper in my opinion, so I think now's definitely the time to buy them. Powerhouse Amuse. We can turbocharge it. Why not? What harm is 186 horsepower and an MRS gonna do? Beautiful. I'll tell you what we'll do. I think we will quickly jump in the Minica again. Look at the wheels! Oh, that's amazing. And we'll have a quick go at one of the K-car races. And then we'll call it there. When we come back in for next week, we will do the other... we'll just do the beginner course because it's 7 laps. I wasn't paying attention. But this will tell us whether I need to jump into the roadster challenge first and grind that out, get the money from that, because... the only one that really worries me is the AutoZam. Already off the track! Oh no! Now, if it does look like we're losing, I will cut the track like an absolute dog. So, let's see what the Minica can do. Those wheels are incredible. Does it ever stop revving? I forgot to turn down traction control. It's at 9,000 RPM. That's incredible. What a car. The traction control's really holding this thing back. It does feel like it takes a lot of time to get through its 9,000 RPM rev range. Come on! I'm shocked the Honda beats in front of the AutoZam, to be honest. You know, both being mid-engine rear drive, but the AutoZam being turbo and the Beat being naturally aspirated, you would expect the AutoZam to be going a little bit faster than it is. I think I may have to cut the track because that Suzuki Auto Works is starting to pull away a little bit. We're going to need some upgrades for this. That means we catch up under braking. I'm going to dog it. I am absolutely going to dog this. And now we're back in the race! This track, Gran Turismo should not allow you to get away with this sort of stuff, but it really does. Let's go! Come on! Come on, Minica! I have never known a car to take so long to rev through its rev range. Oh, the Beat's done the cutback. Yeah, the Beat pushed me off this way, I promise. It definitely isn't me trying to cheat my way to a first place victory. Yeah, this car's going to need some love. Or the traction control turning off, because it is really holding it back. What does MMC stand for, guys? Does anyone know? In my mind, that's like Mitsubishi Micro Cars or something, but I no doubt... oh, actually, it's probably Mitsubishi Motors Corporation. Thinking about it. Idiot. The Minica is fantastic. This is definitely the coolest car that we've got so far. What an absolute Oh, words don't even describe how fantastic this car is. I mean, clearly this is faster than the RX-7. This is easily the fastest car we have now. Look at that acceleration. We're nearly doing 70. Now, I know there is an auto work. Yeah, I was going to say, I can hear something behind me, and I guarantee it's that little Suzuki Nugget. I love those things. Rev, you dog. Come on. I think we do actually corner faster than they do. What a car. What a car. It's the triple exhaust that do it for me. Okay, maybe I don't corner faster. Because they caught up quite quickly there. Beautiful. To be honest, these cars are so slow that cutting the track doesn't make that much of a difference to time. I think if I'd just raced normally, I probably would have won that. Not as convincingly as I did, though. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Never mind. When we come back next week, then we'll definitely finish off the K-Car Championship, see how the MR2 does in the Roadster Championship, and potentially even buy another car. But thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what cars you want to see in this playthrough. Alright, take care, guys.